This is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and just checking on my chickens. And just wanted to make a real quick video about the sad state of civilization, I guess, as a whole. It is kind of funny, but it's funny in a sad way, not a real good, happy, joyous, and free way. And the deal of it is, in reality, three kids are sitting in a pool. White kid, black kid, Arab kid. Explosion goes off. White kid goes, "Wow, that was fireworks." Black kid goes, "No, it was a shooting." The Arab kid goes, "No, it was a bombing." The reality is that same event had three different perceptions, three different connotations, went back to three different ideas in their head. And that's why people in modern culture don't have the ability to communicate at various and sundry levels, because that's just, they don't understand that with the internet, with all of these things making the world an ever so small place, that their small portion of the world in which they always had to deal with is now being affected by people, ideas, concepts, this, that, or the other, that are not local but are actually at a global basis. And I understand that the globalization as far as in commerce is a tragedy, because we basically destroyed a lot of mom and pop operations. We've put a lot of people out of work. We have done a lot of different things, all for the sake of making a dollar. And but that's the reality. The reality is a single event witnessed in the same place, same location, same time, was vastly different based on those children's point of view. And they all had a different point of view. What are we complaining about now? I think somebody's in your nesting box. The solar system, I guess, is going pretty well. Don't really use the solar setup. Don't really use it much in the summer. It's really set up more for a winter type thing. Anyway, stick your tongue to both those panels, man. Stick your tongue right there, man, between the two, man. Gonna get you shocked, but gonna get her done. Boy. Anyway, hello, girls. We're gonna take some food from here. We're gonna take it over to the other birds real quick. Oh, yeah. So basically, human civilization hasn't been able to adapt to the ever-changing, ever-expanding role in the things that the internet have brought into. Now, in future generations, that won't be as much of a problem, but right now you have a tremendous gap in the understanding of people due to the fact that, well, there's a lot of old people around that weren't really exposed to things outside of their reference points. Their reference points were all local or on the television of the regional news and sometimes in the national events. And that is the reality of their point of view. And you have to honestly, when you sit back and listen to a lot of the discourse, a lot of the conversation, you have to understand that that is really the reality of their lives. Even though I am older and the internet even though I was exposed to it the majority of my life. Still, on a home level, not at a work level or this, that, or the other, really is a relatively new thing. Only, get that bug, boy, gonna get her done, gonna get it. Anyway, people forget sometimes that these birds are actual ancestors. Their ancestors were dinosaurs. But we all know that from the listening to people who have had... Anyway, I'm not even going to get into it. What the hell is that? Those look like bullet holes. They are bullet holes. From the inside out. Chickens, come here. You all keep firing off weapons inside your house. Having those wild parties. I'm going to take your guns away. I'm going to do it. We're going to get those guns, boy. Can't trust a chicken for shit. Goddamn little irresponsible sons of bitches firing off rounds in here, boy. Actually, reality is, there was a skunk in that hole last night, and I just had to clean it up. And I had to do a bunch of blind shots around the corner, which I have some familiarity to, but I tried doing a headshot, and then I said, fuck it. Because the head had moved and I just opened up on its body, trying to get as many organs as I possibly could to kill that son of a bitch as quickly as I possibly could so that it didn't spray me, or at least in worst case scenario spray my hand. Fortunately I was quicker than it was, and it wasn't able to get me before I got it, but it took quite a few rounds. Should I have waited until it got out of the coop? Yeah, but this is I had shot 2 previously in the night, and I didn't really open up on them correctly, and really wasn't, I don't know, maybe I was just trying to scare them off, but didn't commit to it. And they hobbled off into the woods to die, because I'm not big on hitting vital organs on small animals. But that one, by the third one, I was basically tired. And at 5 feet, I guess it wasn't I'm not a bad shot shooting blind around a corner, but I should have done better. And by that time, I was kind of pissed off. Hey, babe, what are you doing? Anyway, that's the reality. What's brought most of this about, and brought a lot of this discourse and a lot of this crap, believe it or not, is the medical field in general. Because previously, with infant mortality rates being very high, with all of the various and sundry things that we couldn't treat in our environment, death rates, morbidity, mortality rates would have been much higher, and people would be dead. They would never actually live to full maturity. And then we wouldn't have these, a lot of this problem, because evolution would be in full effect. Since we do have medicine, we have kept people alive artificially through our manipulation of our environment. We have stopped evolution, and the evolution of our species in particular, and caused a lot of this crap. Do I say, and you may think that that's a very harsh way of saying it, and I'm not saying we should stop using medicine or this, that, or the other. We're going to put people on, I'm not some dumbass comes up with death panels and that other crap. But in reality, Mother Nature is going to take back its own force, its own power, its own control, and is doing it every day with our inability to treat bacterial infections with our modern antibiotics, this, that, or the other, So, Mother Nature is fighting back. In that battle, of course, we will continue to fight, we will continue to fight, we will continue to fight. But the death rates and the death tolls will increase. People wonder why they're talking about stabilization of growth. Well, it's a combination of things. It's food, medicine, and also, you know, changing over to a new way of life, changing over to this, that, or the other. There'll be a tremendous number of changes that our civilization, our society, are going to have to deal with. And we, in particular, in Western civilized culture, are going to have to deal with the repercussions of our way of life and our this, that, or the other. And we're going to take responsibility and help people who we have influenced and we have hurt and this, that, or the other. This is not going to be an opportunity to basically do the same thing to the rest of the world that we did to the American Indians, and basically just destroy them and then sweep them under the rug and go, oh my God, years later, decades, generations, this, that, or the other, hundreds of years in the making, say, you know, we're sorry. And now we're going to try to be politically correct after we've killed millions and millions and millions of you. Because we're giving them the tools to fight back. So we have to be fair. This is Guns, Knives, and Watches. And just wanted to give you my point of view on a lot of things. I don't get to very often in the channel because I have too much fun making fun of various and sundry groups. And it's, to me, it's a blast. It's a kick. I really, really love making fun of ignorance. It is the most fun in my day. This is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and have a good one.